Hey, this is McGrath. Lately, I've been thinking an awful lot about how I can help people achieve the biggest dreams in their life. And I was also having a conversation with a colleague who used to do a lot of work with Apple Computer back in the Steve Jobs days when they came out with the iPod and the iPhone and really revolutionized the way we think about personal communication and personal entertainment. And what he told me was Apple did product development very different than any other company that he had worked with. And we were talking about this, and I started wondering if there's some lessons to be taken from the way Apple did their product development in developing the products, and maybe there's some things that we can do to develop our own iLife. And I think there are some really interesting things in there. Well, let me share with you what this gentleman told me about how Apple did product development compared to the way most companies did. I'm going to use some very sophisticated animation software to kind of illustrate the point. So the way most companies do product development is there's a market, and they have an idea of what people are going to need. It could be several years from now, and they define a product. And this is the product development team. So they kick off the product development, and the team starts marching along, and the product requirements start shifting because it's so far away. They don't really know, it's kind of unclear, and so the team has to change direction, and eventually down the road, yes, a product comes out, but often it's not a groundbreaking product. It's an incremental product, an incremental improvement, and along the way there's a lot of wasted time, wasted energy, and frustration trying to get there. So what this gentleman told me about Apple was that instead of having an idea of what the product requirements are going to be years from now, what they would do is they'd say, the heck with trying to predict that, we know what we want to build. And so they would pull boldly back on that arrow and shoot that arrow to the thing that they wanted to build and get there as quickly as possible, and then rally around and get people to appreciate what they had created. And so a very different way of doing product development. And I guess the lesson for our own iLife is that we can think about where our life is headed and take actions to try to go where we think it's going, which is driven by opportunities, events in our lives that happen. Or we can pull boldly back on that arrow and fire it and get it there, get it to the life we truly want as quickly as possible, and then rally the rest of the world around to appreciate the life that we've created. So I think there is a strong lesson there. So there's two things that are required: vision and action. Vision to where you want to shoot the arrow, and action to actually shoot the arrow and get there as quickly as possible. So write this down. Success rewards vision. Success rewards action. So if you're ready to clarify that vision, you're ready to take those actions to get to your own iLife, that life that you designed, where you're living your biggest dream, I've got a webinar for you. I'm putting together this webinar from lessons that I've learned in reaching my biggest dreams and from lessons I've learned from helping other people achieve their biggest dreams, to help you to really clarify that vision, figure out what actions to take, and then change your mindset so you can get that arrow to your iLife as quickly as possible. So if you want to register for that webinar, just leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll get you the information to register for the webinar, or you can always message me and I'll also send you the information about registering for the webinar. I can't wait to see you on the webinar.